I just got delivery and I'm gonna unbox it now. I'm so excited. So this box has something very cool in it. You probably know by the title already, but I'm excited and I just want to open it. So it's going to be my birthday in about a month. So I decided to treat myself and get myself a birthday present. So let's open this. And I just want to share it with you because a few reviews that I watched about this said that they would never ever buy this and that they would just prefer to spend the extra money on Wacom, but I don't think that I would, to be honest. This is, oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I got a drawing tablet. This is the XP Pen Artist 22 Pro. It's the one without the buttons because, I don't know, well, it was cheaper. It was the cheapest thing. Okay, I'm gonna struggle getting this out of the box. Probably. You get this box and I think this is where all the accessories are. Whoa, fancy. Okay, so you get the smudge guard glove, the power cable, 2 pens, a VGA cable, a USB, a HDMI, and the charger for the pen, and then also the power supply and a pen holder and some nibs. So that's exciting. And this is the pen. A lot of people said that they were quite light, but I think this is quite weighty actually. No, it's light, but they feel very nice. Sorry about the angle, I know it's weird. They feel very nice, so I'm excited, and you get 2 of them, so that's great. Probably going to lose them already. Right, now for this. The star of the show. Oh my god, I'm scared in case I break it. Oh. Okay. I'm so excited. This is so great. Okay. It actually comes with the stand already attached, so that's great. I see that even though this product has been around for about 3 years at least, they haven't actually took into consideration some of the criticisms, which was that the ports were on the back at the bottom and that caused some issues. Whoa. You just need to, it can go all the way vertically up and you need to do this. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I'm going to set this up and get a better angle so that we can see how this goes. This is so exciting. This is it. This is the thing. This is set up as my second monitor though, and I haven't installed the drivers yet, so I'm going to do that first. A lot of people were having problems with the drivers, but apparently if you had drivers like Wacom or anything like that in your computer before, you have to make sure they are fully uninstalled before you install it. So let's see, I just want to display settings. I just want to set this up as my first monitor. Okay, so we can download the drivers. I think this is the one. No, that's Mac. Windows, here we go. This one. They haven't been updated since November 2019. We're downloading it. Anyway, this is it set up and I am going to play with this, and I will probably get back to you at some point about how I like this product. But I'm so happy with it so far. It was a little bit confusing. I'm gonna see if I can calibrate it again and make sure I get all the stuff done properly, all the brightness settings and all that stuff. Let's see how, my hands are pretty big for a girl, so I'm hoping that it works fine. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, just to let you know, I'm not going to talk about the specs in this video. If you want to know any of the specs of the thing, I'll leave all that information in the description below. If you have came here because you want to know how it actually feels and the pros and cons of it in the perspective of an artist like me, then this is the video for you. So I'm going to go through the pros first, and then I'm going to go through the cons. There are less cons than pros, just as a heads up. But the first pro that I thought of was that it is really easy to set up if you remove all the drivers that you've previously had. So even if you do have the same drivers from the same tech, then I would suggest just cleaning it all out. And I actually had to uninstall the drivers, and then I cleaned out my registry and I cleaned out just my computer itself. So I did a Windows clean, and that seemed to make it really easy to set up. So I did that. The only issue that I had with the setup was, and I'm just going to say this is part of a con, but I'll say it anyway because it's kind of related, is that the pen was preset to one of the buttons being for erase, and I accidentally clicked the button. So here's me trying to draw on the screen and it's not working, and it was because I was erasing and I didn't realise. I even reset my computer and everything and it still wasn't working, and I was like, oh yes, maybe if I click this button to pen it might work, because if you click that button it doesn't switch to the eraser tool on the side toolbar, it just becomes an eraser and then you press it again and it goes back to the pen. So I changed that option to right click because that makes more sense to me. So yeah, set it up the way that you feel like you like it. If you've used a tablet before, then you will know exactly what you want, but if you haven't, then you need to play about with it and see what you like. Another pro that I found was that it is a massive screen, massive drawing space. I love how big it is. I've only have the iPad 12.9 inch to compare, and even then that was a big space for me to draw on because I went from using a tablet, graphics tablet on just the pad version and no screen to the iPad, and I found that amazing. But even the step up from a 12.9 inch to a 21.6 inch was phenomenal for me. It was amazing. I love it. The program that I have been using primarily is Clip Studio Paint. I don't use Photoshop. I used to use it, but I don't use that anymore. But I've tried it in Autodesk and PaintStorm, Krita, Clip Studio Paint as well, and ALLJArt. And it works perfectly on all of those programs without issues, without that weird Windows ink problem or the distance click thing that you get in Photoshop. So I'm really happy with that. And obviously one of the big pros is that you can draw on the screen, so you can see exactly where your lines are, exactly where you're going, and it's great. Another thing that I thought that was really good about it is that the stand is super adjustable, so you can have it at a lot of different angles, and it helps my posture. With the iPad, I only had the little case that came with, or that I bought separately actually, and it only has it at a slight angle, but this one you can angle it so that it faces exactly the way that you want it, so you're not slouching down and stuff like that. So that's good for my back, which is great. Big pro. This tablet is definitely cheap for what it is. compared to other brands like Wacom, and even Huion and other brands are a little bit more expensive for this type of tablet, and I got this extremely cheap compared to what it is for retail price because it was on a Valentine's Day deal. So I suggest waiting for Black Friday, or you know, like an occasion like Valentine's Day, or I don't know what other occasions they would have deals for on it. Valentine's Day is a wee bit weird, but I got it for the Valentine's Day weekend deal, and I'm really happy that I did, because if I didn't, I would have the 15.9 inch, and even though that's bigger than the iPad, I still think that it would have been too small for my liking. The stand is really sturdy. It is a cheap stand, I think. I don't know, it feels cheap, but it is really sturdy, and you can even take that stand off and put it on one of those ergomanic, can't even say that word, stand arm thing where you can attach it to your desk and it can swing round about and all that stuff if you prefer that. But to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be getting that one, because I think they're expensive, too, because I don't know if my desk is steady enough for that, and 3, because the stand is just perfect on its own, and I really like the way that you can adjust it. The only thing is that it is on your desk, so you can't have it any higher, but my seat is pretty low anyway, so I like it to be low itself too. The screen feels good even without the matte screen protector. I don't have a screen protector for it. It didn't come with a screen protector, so it feels really good to draw on because I'm used to drawing on the iPad. I took my matte screen protector off of my iPad a couple of weeks ago, just in anticipation for getting this, because I knew that I wasn't going to get a screen protector with it. And I really enjoyed drawing on the iPad screen, and I really enjoyed drawing on this screen. It would feel a little bit better to me, I think, if there was a matte screen protector on it, but I just don't like the way that it changes the display, so I don't think I will be getting one. If they come out with one that doesn't affect the pixels on the screen, then I think that I might get one, but again, you don't really need to invest more money into a protector. If you just use it for a while, you'll get used to it. The colours and the brightness of the display are really, really nice. I like them. They're really bright and vibrant, and the brightness is really good. All the adjustments that you can do, you can adjust it so that it's warmer or cooler, or you can adjust it so that it's brighter or darker if you want, and the colours are really adjustable as well. So those are all the pros that I can think of right now, just to do with the tablet itself. The cons: the screen is pretty reflective from certain angles, so if you have a really well lit room and the sun is shining in it, then it might be hard for you to see the screen. I think having a matte protector, a screen matte protector would, a screen matte protector, a matte screen protector would work to reduce the reflectiveness of it, but I think that I didn't really notice it. I do notice it when it's upright and I'm using it as a normal thing, so I tend to use it just for drawing, and when it's dark, obviously I'll use it for other things, and then my other normal monitors for more for display stuff so that I can actually see it when it's standing up. But when it's at an angle and I'm drawing on it, I don't really notice the reflectiveness of it, or either that or it's like completely gone because of the angle that I used. So I would suggest that if you get this, then you need to turn it away from the windows or lighting, just so that you can get the best view of it. Moving on from that, even though I said I do like the screen and drawing on it without the protector, it does feel quite unnatural if you're just going from paper to a screen. So if you really feel uncomfortable with that, I do suggest a screen protector so that you can draw on something that feels a little bit more like paper if you like that feel. But honestly, if you just persevere with it for a couple of hours, or even less than that to be honest, then I think that you could get used to it, and it's really good, and it doesn't skip or stick to the screen itself, and it's even easier if you use the glove. The glove, I think, is the most important thing for this. I have drawn on this screen without the glove and it works, but it just feels more comfortable to have the glove there so that your hand glides along it without sticking. The stand adjustment for me, I don't know if this happens with all the stands, but it is rather squeaky. I don't know if you heard in the unboxing, but when I adjusted the stand, it did go a little bit and it was horrible. So I don't know if it just needs a bit of WD-40 or if that's just how it goes. I'm going to spray it with WD-40 and see if that helps. Yeah, it is really annoying because it does that, but you only heat it like once, and then you've adjusted it, and then you're drawing for hours, and then you adjust it again. So once or twice maybe you would heat it, but it's fine. Not that much of a big deal. One big con for artists would probably be that the pen does not have a tilt function. At least I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure I read on the website somewhere that it has tilt function, but anytime I tried to use it on its side, it just would not work. And I've gotten so used to that with the iPad. The iPad feels really natural to draw on. It is almost as if you're drawing on paper, and it's really good for sketching. I think that you get used to not having the tilt after a while, and you can just adjust the size of your brush or the shape of your brush so that you get the tilt feeling. But yeah, it doesn't have tilt function, which is a big bummer, but at the same time you get what you pay for, right? Another con that I wrote down was quite a funny one. It's not really a con as such, but I kept on trying to zoom in and out and do undo with my fingers because I'm so used to doing that on the iPad. I was like pinching the screen, and I was like, why is this not doing this? And then rotating it as well. I have never gotten used to rotating a canvas on a drawing program on the PC. It's so easy to do it on Procreate where you just twist it, but you know, you could get used to that easily. It's not a huge deal breaker. It's just that when you get used to something, you start doing things that you're used to. Like when I draw traditionally, sometimes I will be looking for the undo button and I won't be able to find it. And it's just craziness. It's obviously just a funny con. A big thing that really bugged me in the beginning that made me slightly doubt the probability of me wanting this tablet and wanting to keep it, and I just wanted to send it away, was that I had to calibrate it a few times, and it was really annoying. I was in the middle of drawing, and I think it's called the parallax, I'm not sure, but the distance between the pen and the cursor on the screen was too far apart, so your mouse would be like maybe a little bit up and to the left compared to where the pen was, and that was really annoying. So I had to calibrate it multiple times before I got it right. And if you adjust the angle of your drawing tablet, it will change, so you might have to calibrate it if you move your screen about and you can't get the exact same angle as you had before. But it's just a little bit of a hindrance. It's not really that big a deal, especially if artists or professional artists have a setup where they can keep it where it is and just, you know, have it exactly in the same position each time, and you sit exactly in the same position each time. You wouldn't have to recalibrate it. And I haven't actually recalibrated it since then, even though I have been moving it about. It was just the first couple of times I had to make sure to recalibrate it so that I was getting the right parallax distance or whatever it's called. And the last con is that you can't really match the colours exactly to a different screen. Like my normal monitor and this screen looks different, but not too different. And as long as you know that your whites are white and stuff, then it won't have too much of a difference on your artwork. I was really, really worried about that because I knew that before, when I was using my other screen tablet thing, it wasn't a screen tablet, the pen thing, graphics tablet, I drew a whole portrait and then I put it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and then when I looked at it on my phone, the whites weren't white, they were grey when I thought they were white. But obviously if you bump the contrast up, like you pick white and make sure it's right at the edge of the colour wheel, it will be white on any screen. But when I was new to digital art, I was just picking colours and putting it as close to the colour that I wanted, and then obviously it looked slightly different on different screens, so you might get your artwork looking slightly different on different screens, but that's the same for every single screen in the world. Some people might have a warmer screen than you, a cooler screen, a darker or brighter screen than you, so they might see your artwork completely differently from what you seen it when you made it. So it's not really that big of a deal, but I did get it pretty close, not gonna lie. It is still brighter than my other screen, but I prefer it, it's fine. So those are all of the pros and the cons for this tablet. I just want to say that I absolutely love this thing and I'm so happy that I got it. It makes my workflow so much quicker. I'm still going to be using the iPad obviously to sketch and draw and things. I still feel like there's a few issues with it, not the tablet, but drawing programs themselves, where if you're used to one drawing program, then you're going to like the brushes better, you're going to like everything better. But I think it's okay because you can download brushes and you can play with the brushes and try and get better ones. But I do think that Procreate is a very, like, I noticed that Procreate is a very powerful app from coming from Procreate and doing stuff on Clip Studio Paint more often, because you can do so much with it and it's just so easy and intuitive. Is that the word? It's so intuitive. But this is also intuitive because you have a pen and you have every option under the sun and you can press it and you can draw, and it just, honestly, I've been wanting one of these for 5 years and it was definitely worth the wait. I decided to get one now for my birthday, and well, an early birthday present actually, but I'm so happy that I decided to get this. And I think that even though I had that non-screen display tablet for a while, and it really helped me get into digital art in the first place, and it was a really good tool for beginners, it's a really awesome thing for you to be able to buy something so well, it's not really cheap, I wouldn't say it was cheap, but it's on a low budget, very, very low budget for digital art, and you can access that world. I think those are really great and people should definitely invest in those first before they get a screen tablet. But honestly, drawing on a screen is much, much, much better for me. I have been using that other tablet to do thumbnails for my videos and just to do quick artworks. Since I got my iPad, I haven't been back to that to do actual artwork. And since I've got this screen tablet, I've been so happy to use all of my digital programs I've had on my computer for over 5 years now, waiting to be used by a screen tablet. And I just think that it opens up a bigger world for you, and it is so much easier to make digital art with a screen tablet, although they are expensive, and you should definitely be sure that you like what you are doing first, like you like digital art before you invest in a big thing. Maybe even if you tried it out, if somebody has one and you want to know how it feels and if you like it or not, you can ask for a little shot and they will give you a little shot and you can see if you like it and invest in one. But honestly, I am so happy with this. The artwork that I'm doing in this video is just me playing about. I didn't really do much huge artworks on it yet because I was just getting into the flow of what brushes I like to use and stuff, and that's got a little start. Tell me in the comments below if that scared you, because it did scare me. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to see any more of my digital artworks or any of my traditional art, I'll have playlists here for you to click on, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Bye!